In shamelessly arguing with vegans, I'm presenting certain arguments that non-vegans come up with in my book by the same name, Shamelessly Arguing with Vegans, presenting to you the reality of animal farming, what happens over there to these animals who are very, very big victims, enslaved there, kept confined against their will, hung upside down and killed by us who act like devils over there, farmed against their will in huge numbers, tied up, chained up, hoisted upside down to have their heads cut off. Now, all of this is absolute horror, you would agree, and therefore any argument presented against veganism is completely shameless, and we should not at all accept it. Before I pick a random page from this book over here, I would take a card out from the tarot so that we get a message from the universe generally, a nice message for freedom, for animal liberation. It's hard work. It's not easy. So there are two things that can create change in our universe. One is, work with time, patience, spending lots of time with people, trying to educate them. And the second thing is our efficiency. That is, how well do we specify to people that what happens to the animals is absolutely unacceptable. It's a big crime. And it has not only taken lives of animals, but also of humans, and is killing the planet. So this kind of exceptional dedication to the cause is very essential to all of us, because the number one problem of the world today is animal farming. It's not about, going and doing other jobs and focusing on other issues in this world. So let us see, what is the argument that people have against the concept of veganism? Is there anything really to argue against? And for this, I'll just take this book and select a very random page from this book. And it's a personal choice. Argument number 12. It's a personal choice. Respect personal choices. It's your choice. If you want to kill, so it's your choice if you want to be vegan. And I'm not ready to make that choice yet. Lots of people have said that. I've seen various climate change marches in which if you were to shout out and slogan against animal products and say go vegan, they would object to us because according to them, it's a personal choice. We're not here for that. We're here to tell the government things to do other than ban animal farming, and not to educate the consumers at all. Whereas we all know that consumerism is just the other side of capitalism. So these are not personal choices. When we are killing someone, taking life away from someone, it is their life. It should be their personal choice. It's not our personal choice to inflict this level of injustice on anybody. They are someone, not something. So if we have a personal choice to abuse somebody just because our government hasn't recognized this as a crime, it doesn't mean that it's not abuse. It still is abuse. It still is murder. And about abuse, we also have huge amounts of sexual abuse in the animal farming industry, which means that the animals don't just die there. First, they are bred simply for the purpose of being killed. The breeding process is artificial insemination. That means they are literally injected with semen which is forcefully extracted from the male because he's being jacked off and the female is being trapped there against her will and made pregnant by force. In the dairy industry, the arm is, uh, you know, thrust into her private parts, and it's an ugly process. It's not something that's even describable. So we know that as decent people, we wouldn't do something like this to anybody. It amounts to bestiality. Not just that, we have phenomenal pain inflicted upon the animals, the process of mutilating their bodies, castrating them without any anesthesia. It's not a personal choice to mutilate someone, is it? To debeak them, to dehorn them, to tail dock them, and then to finally put them through machines in which the bodies get chopped off. So let us think and share our views with others without any shame, without any fear of how they would perceive us, because it is important to get the message out. It is important to be consistent in your morality and to be able to go out there and to tell one and all that what they're doing to the animals by consuming them and their secretions or their leather, any part of the body, or to imprison them in zoos or use them for animal testing, any kind of slavery is absolutely evil. It is against their will and therefore not our personal choice to do so.